For the past 6 months, we have been focused on the growing conflict between Israel and Iran. But the war between Russia and Ukraine is escalating once again, with Kyiv suffering its deadliest attack in months last night. As the New York Times points out, the president came into office talking a very big game on foreign policy. But so far, we have seen few results. I want to bring in Julia Ioffe, founding partner and Washington correspondent for Puck News. You made this exact point. Trump said he would end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours. Putin tells him to pound sand. Trump tells Bibi, do not strike Iran, and Bibi strikes Iran anyway. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, right. He talks a big game. He doesn't deliver. And if he doesn't deliver immediately, if he doesn't get points on the board immediately, he walks away. And I think other world leaders, the ones that he most admires and looks up to and wants to be in the company of, you know, the other strongmen, the Bibis and the Netanyahus and the Xi Jinpings, they know that he doesn't have the stomach for the long haul. He doesn't care about the details, and that if he doesn't get his way immediately, he's just going to wash his hands of it. I think they've learned also, as Gideon Rachman of the Financial Times pointed out, that TACO doesn't just apply to tariffs. It applies to foreign policy. If anything,
TACO, the phrase coined by the Financial Times, Trump always chickens out.
That's right. That's right.
I want to ask you about something else, because you don't just report on Russia, you were born there. And there's this new Atlantic reporting about how Trump's openness to Russia has actually put Putin on his back foot. And I want to share a quote where it says, Washington has robbed the Kremlin of its North Star, opposition to the United States. This is astounding to me. Does that track for you?
It does. It's written by one of my close friends. And I think he's just a genius. But yeah, I mean, you see the Russia, Putin, and regimes of this type, including the Trump regime, need some kind of enemy to rally their base, right? They need the aggression to go outward so that people blame somebody other than them. And for Russia, especially for people like Vladimir Putin, who was a child of the Cold War, it had to be the U.S. It had to be the West. Remember, as much as the Biden administration said, we don't want to get into a war with Russia, Russia didn't care about that. Putin, everybody, all of his propagandists were saying, we are in a war with the collective West.
And now they can't say that.
Well, they've gotten what they wanted. They've split the U.S. from NATO, from the EU. They've fractured NATO. They've made it increasingly, well, they didn't make it irrelevant. Trump has made it irrelevant, which is everything that Putin's ever wanted. And now Trump is basically washing his hands of Ukraine.
So what happens when the rest of the world figures out that it can live without the United States, whether as a trading partner or when it comes to something like the NATO alliance?
Well, I think this is what the America First isolationists don't really understand. They think that people just respect and fear us just because of who we are, because we're just inherently so great. And that if we pull back and we focus on our own stuff, if we're just busy chasing our own tails,
making our own socks and T-shirts and building our own iPhones
and oven mitts and whatever, or our own Trump phones, that the rest of the world will continue to come to us for guidance, come to us for approval, permission. But that's not true, and you're already seeing it. We're less than 6 months into Trump's term, and Bibi basically went ahead and attacked Iran without Trump's permission.
But if we now get involved, if we now get directly involved in the Israel-Iran conflict, where does the America First wing of the MAGA party go?
It cannibalizes the neocon party of MAGA, or as much as it exists, right? They called those people neocons, those people, you know, you see J.D. Vance twisting himself into knots. You posted part of his statement earlier. Trump has now made the chief isolationist in his cabinet go out and publicly defend this policy that we don't even know what it is. We still don't know if he's going to, this is a black box of decision making. Trump is going to decide without Congress, without anybody, what he's going to do. If he's going to get America involved in a third war in the Middle East in the last 25 years.